And we are back in here at the starting line on Lake Carnegie. We are picking this race up. It is officially underway. This is the men's 4th Varsity 8 race. Closest to the camera in lane 1, U.S. Naval Academy. Lane 2, Princeton University. Clean, aggressive start from both of these crews. They are hitting the middle of their high strokes. Getting off the blocks relatively cleanly here. We have the Tigers jumping out to a early advantage over Navy. In their high strokes, Tigers able to take it to nearly a half a boat length over the midshipmen.
Tiger 3 seat, Andrew Nolan, grew up in Annapolis. You got to think he's looking over across at the bow ball, Navy's boat, thinking, wow, I was a townie for the Naval Academy. I got to take these guys on now.
Hopefully he's not rooting for Navy today.
I don't think he would be, Keenan.
Based on this margin, I think he's rooting for the Tigers, Tommy. So far, so good for the Tigers here. They sit up 3/4 of a length as both these crews have strided out to their base cadence. We have Tigers hitting a pretty comfortable 35, 35 and a half here. Taking a quick look at Navy. Right around the same, about 35. Both these crews through that 500-meter mark, striking a relatively similar rating here. 35 this stage of the season is pretty typical, Tommy. I would say it's low. All these crews will probably get up to like the 37, 38 mark later in the season. But right now, finding your base at the lower ratings, hitting a clean, aggressive 35 is what we'll see most of these teams do.
Yep, they want to build up the consistency of their stroke together, and then that just makes it easier to build rating together later on in the season.
Exactly. Making sure you're effective before building. Taking a quick look here, and about 700 meters into this one, the Tigers sit up almost a full boat length over Navy. And this is that part of the race, Tommy, where the Tigers will want to try as hard as they might to break open water from Navy. It's such a big psychological advantage when you have that type of margin.
Although we've got a 5 seat in the Navy boat, Reed Romo, going to be a surface warfare officer. So maybe he's, thinking of ways to combat this with his surface warfare.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see if he can drum up something strategic here to pull back into this one. So far, it's been all Princeton, though, in this 4th Varsity 8. They sit up, again, about a bit of open water. They were able to get that advantage, and it looks like Navy maybe starting to stall it out a bit as we're through the 1,000. But with a margin like this, I mean, Princeton looking really, really strong. This is pretty convincing so far, Tommy.
Absolutely. And great testament to the depth of these programs. We have a couple of walk-on athletes in the Princeton 4V here, Keenan. They learned to cox here. Kate Ellis, 4C, Caleb Rosenfield, learned to row here. It's not just the recruits coming out and battling on Lake Carnegie.
That's amazing. I think what we see from both of these programs is they're able to attract a lot of walk-on talent to the teams. And so in these lower boats, the 5V, 4V, sometimes a 3V, and even above, you get a lot of very talented and athletic walk-ons who fill out these boats. So Princeton does it year in and year out, but I think Navy probably does it even more. They have, as we mentioned, so many super athletic bodies on campus who want to try a sport, and oftentimes it's rowing.
Yep, and they all blend together. They look like, all of them look like they've been rowing for years and years, Keenan.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't even tell in these two crews who is a walk-on. They're super.
Well,
yeah.
I just told you.
That's right.
Boat,
but if you didn't tell me, wouldn't be able to tell.
Right.
We take a look here, and Princeton continues to sit up. They open up that margin a little bit. I would say a touch of open water over Navy. They haven't been able to break away, though. Navy has kept them in their sights, which it's a dangerous thing, Tommy. If you're able to let a boat hang around like this, you give them the open door to come back into your margin.
You don't want that, Keenan.
You definitely don't want that. 500 meters to go, and Princeton sits up about a boat length over Navy. Navy trying to stay aggressive here, trying to pull this thing back, but quickly running out of room. We'll see both of these crews start gearing up. They'll start their sprint sequence, I would say, roughly around the same point. But, yeah, Princeton maintains that margin, but Navy not going anywhere, Tommy. There's still room here.
They've just sat at that same margin for the past 500 meters or so, Keenan. If they don't do something special now, who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But with 2:50 to go, yeah, the Tigers staying relentless here, charging forward. You can see both these crews starting to build up for the line. Definitely higher ratings, final 2:50 here compared to middle stages of the race.
What rating do you have for them, Keenan?
Right now, the Tigers currently striking a, let's call it 39. So, yeah, they've geared up quite a bit. Navy, they've definitely built as well. They are currently striking about a 37. So, not quite as dynamic as the Tigers. Pretty dynamic sprint here so far from the Tigers. And I think it's yielded them maybe another seat of margin here.
Yep, you can hear the fans on the sideline cheering these boats on to the finish line.
Yep, cheering on the Tigers as they cross unofficially a time of 5:55, and Navy through in a time of 5